Sandra, Sandra, you're gonna be my baby Lord.
It's about that time, so girl, let's face it. Nah, go lie, woman, your vibe is so sacred. Yeah. We've been provided with the best love, let's make it. Oh, girl, we've been provided with the best trust, let's take it. I said, higher, higher. Y'all wine and go down, I crave your sweat, so higher, higher. I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are definitely the one for each and every endeavor we encounter. In the name of love, I found her and to not forgetting that better.
Coming up next, we have in the building, we're talking about vibrations, okay? So, to all our listening audience, right? Some of you may have gotten disconnected because the system works like that sometimes, okay? So for our listeners who are currently on 101 Music Review online, please go out and you please share that link, because the other link sometimes will kick you off. That's the reason why the 101 Music Review, just refresh, and there you got it, right there.
I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are definitely the one for each and every endeavor we encounter. In the name of love, I found her and to not forgetting that bedroom. That's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you, time to make that good thing blossom. Hear me now, girl, me praise the Father. Blessings I receive to move with order. Love me, love you back, me now go like her. The way you hold me down, me ball and grind. Enough man day I run, I feel them something yet. Yes, it does exist, you have to find it. Now go fret, cause I have realized as a guy that hurt inside, I'm willing to try now. Higher, higher. Y'all wine and go down, I crave your sweat, so higher, higher. I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are definitely the one for each and every endeavor we encounter. In the name of love, I found her and to not forgetting that bedroom. That's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you, time to make that good thing blossom. Sandra, Sandra, you gonna be my baby lover. Oh, yeah. Sandra, Sandra, yeah. Sandra, Sandra, you gonna be my baby lover. Well, Sandra, Sandra, right. Well, higher, higher. Y'all wine and go down, I crave your sweat, so higher, higher. I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are definitely the one for each and every endeavor we encounter. In the name of love, I found her and to not forgetting that bedroom. That's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you, time to make that good thing blossom. Yeah, girl, I got you, time to make that good thing blossom. Yeah, love you now, girl.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, our listening audience, I know you're vibing too higher right now, but it is that a call to your attention that Vibrations is currently in studio, okay? And we're going to tap right in with him. Okay. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for Vibrations? Hello, hello, how are you?
I feel like I'm on a different planet right now.
Yes! Today is the release of this great music. Yes, I'm loving it. Yeah. What is the reception been like? I won't even get into introducing yourself. I would like to know what has the reception been thus far in reference to your release in just a few hours.
So, the release, just to get technical and to answer the question in full circle, the release has gone open on Eastern Standard Time at 12 a.m. So simultaneously, it released on every market
Mm-hmm.
at that given moment. So since then, um, the my I'm still trying to like wake up because I've been receiving phone calls and text messages and stuff like that. Even though it was late, and then I got up 7 Jamaica time since I'm on the island now, and I haven't taken a nap or anything since. Like I've been on the phones all day. My phone, my DM has been going crazy. So like I'm just like
Well,
I'm astonished by all of this.
that's the vibe. That's the vibe of an excellent release. That's what you're gonna get. And you,
Yeah.
I just completed my interview with Yaza, and now I have you sitting here. Let me tell you something. There there is great music that's coming out of Jamaica. Especially, we don't want, it hasn't skipped a generation. It has not skipped a generation. I'm telling you, this is excellent music right here. So, talk to me about the production of this song.
Um. So the production and shout outs to New Vineyard Music in Vineyard Town. I hope they listening right now.
Shout out to New Vineyard.
Yeah, Ronnie Dredd specifically. You know what I mean? He that's a great man right there. Love him. But in regards to the production, I came into it because it was finished already. I wasn't around like when the production was made or whatnot, but the production was already completed.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the rhythm, and with me doing music, I had different styles in regards to like rhythms and productions and stuff, but I've never done a one drop. I've never done like a lovers rock record, and that's something like since I started doing reggae music, because reggae music for me personally is like my second or third style of music since I started to be a creative. It was first rap, so being that I was born and raised in the states, what I mean. I wasn't all the way into it. So, but yeah, I've never done a one drop record. I've I visited Ronnie Dredd last year around this time, so to speak, and I said, you know what? Like I just wanted to. I had some lyrics finished to it, but I kind of just made up the rest right before I recorded it. You know what I mean? And then the the recording and the rest is history.
Mm. Well, when you're talking about authentic reggae sounds, um, this is what Higher gives. Yeah? And I am sure that there is an audience out there that's craving this music, and I can tell it's going to be a hit. It is a hit. Yeah? It is a hit.
Yes, absolutely. I appreciate that a lot. That's the goal. Like as an artist, not even as an artist. I want to say this, and I want to be mighty clear to everybody that's listening. Um, just as a being, as a spirit, and as a person. Being a creative, coming from that side, that sort of seed, like it's yeah, you want the reception to be good, but it's like you really want someone to take from the message to at least the feel of it, and to let them know like you can still love while you're alive. So that was my entire goal and energy that I've placed into the writing of the song, and the melodies that I've chosen for the rhythm. and things of that. So I think like that when I wrote this record and just records in general. So yeah, that was the total like the complete package of the record when I created it.
Awesome, awesome. Talk to me about the.
And
Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, funny enough, I wrote this song to a Jazz Elise song featuring Mortimer. That I think it's called After 3.
Yeah.
And I love that song so much, and I cannot stop listening to that song. So I was traveling somewhere, and I originally wrote the lyrics to that rhythm, but I never finished it until I heard the rhythm at Vineyard Town, and that was it. Yeah.
Wow. Talk to me about the name. And using the acronyms. Talk to me about the name. How did you come up with vibrations and just deciding to not spell out the word itself, but to go with the VBRTNS?
So, so to answer that, I have to give you just a small backstory of my previous pseudonym. So, which is Irie Child. That's the name I've chosen for myself. Vibrations came about from my mentor, which is a hip hop icon that goes by the name M1. He's from the hip hop group called Dead Prez. They were Sound to Loud Records. They sung songs like It's Bigger Than Hip Hop, Hell Yeah, featuring Jay-Z. They were featured on Too Fast, Too Furious soundtrack, and the list goes on. Dave Chappelle, you name it. But yeah, so M1 is a mentor of mine for like the past 19 years of my life. And he is the one who came up with the name because he felt like I needed to graduate from the name Irie Child, still keep it and let people call me that, but in regards to my artistry to the world, he wanted me to be presented the right way. And because of how, this is his words, like how my aura is and the effect that I have on people and things of that nature, he wanted me to have that name Vibrations, and he styled it out to take out the vowels of it. So that's why you get VBRTNS. Because if you place the vowels back in, you get the full word Vibrations.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And especially in terms of the aura and everything that goes along with it. Yes, you definitely bring that as well. I think this show actually vibrates on a higher spectrum as well. On that note, I'm going to jump to your song, Higher, and we'll be right back with some more questions.
Absolutely. Let's get to it.
It's about that time, so girl, let's face it. Nah, go lie, woman, your vibe is so sacred. We've been provided with the best love, let's make it. Oh, girl, we've been provided with the best trust, let's take it. I said, higher, higher. Y'all wine and go down, I crave your sweat, so higher, higher. I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are definitely the one for each and every endeavor we encounter. In the name of love, I found the end to not forgetting that bedroom. That's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you, time to make that good thing blossom. Hear me now, girl, me praise the Father. Blessings I receive to move with order. Love me, love you back, me now go like her. The way you hold me down, me ball and grind. Enough man day I road, I feel them something yet. Yes, it does exist, you have to find it. Now go fret, cause I have realized as a guy that hurt inside, I'm willing to try now. Higher, higher. Y'all wine and go down, I crave your sweat, so higher, higher. I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are love, I found the antidote. Not forgetting that bedroom. That's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you. Time to make that good thing blossom. Sandra, you go.
Yes, so I am happy to report that there are a few countries who are actually logging in and are actually loving higher and are vibing to higher. So we'd just like to take this time to shout out a few more countries just so that my audience don't feel left out as well, and persons. Would like to shout out, of course, Nairobi, Kenya, Eldoret, Kenya. I see you. Thanks for logging in. As well, we have out of Ghana, Accra, and Kumasi. I see you as well. The Gambia, thanks for tuning in. Sierra Leone, yes, thanks for showing up as well. We have out of Bristol as well, the UK, big ups. We have Australia, Switzerland in the house. Of course, the USA. And out of Toronto and Montreal, Canada. And out of Jamaica, of course, Spanish Town, De La Vega City, St. Catherine, Montego Bay, New Vineyards, Trench Town, Vineyard Town. I see all of you. Okay, thanks for the support each and every week, tuning in. I love it. I love it. And we're going to jump to some questions, of course. So, should I be calling you Vibrations or Irie Child at this point?
Either one, because I run both pseudonyms, so that's okay with me. But I guess Vibrations for the sake of the record. But either way, it don't matter.
So as we talk about the reggae genre, is this your preferred genre, or do you dabble in other genres as well?
Right now, I prefer reggae more than anything in the entire world.
Yes.
Overall, for me,
so you say reggae music forever?
Of course, even when I used to deny it as a little kid. Of course. But I started out. I started out rapping and stuff before I've ever, dove into even thinking about doing reggae music. So yeah.
We have Elizabeth out of Canada, and she's asking, can she find other tracks for you, in the different digital stores? She's loving Higher, and she would like to go in and take a listen to other things that you may have out there.
So she can find my previous records.
Is that under the name Irie Child?
Yes, under the name Irie Child. So Irie space Child. So IRIE space Child. So she can find it there. But this is the first ever record that I released under Vibrations.
Yes.
So this is the only record that's on the Vibrations right now, as of right now, at this current moment.
Well, yeah, and it's Vibrations for a reason, because this song is definitely vibrating on a higher level. It is great reggae music, authentic reggae music, and it's not just about the music, but the production, the all-around production, which plays into any great song. Which at the top of the hour, when we talk about the one-on-one music review and the persons that we actually bring onto this show for interviews. Yes, it's an eclectic audience, as we have various persons that we consider professional artists within the industry that we interview. We interview emerging artists, and we interview the artists that's just up and coming as well. Good music is good music, and it never dies. And this song right here is going to stand the test of time. I tell you, 20 years from now, this song is still going to be playing. This is not something where you play today and next week it has no substance. Very good.
So with that, I wanna I just wanna shout out a few people with what you just said. What catered to my spirit and thoughts and my feelings about the music overall. I want to say Dennis Brown. I want to call out the name Tenasaw. I want to call out the name, let's see here. Of course, Barris. That's, whether if it's generic or not, still have to call that man out. But most importantly, most importantly, my father, which is Professor Grizzly.
I know. I was going to ask you about that. Yes.
Yeah.
Your father, Professor Grizzly, made his name in the industry, in the reggae music industry as well. Not just reggae, but also all around. Do you see a little bit of, versatile artist as well? Do you see a little bit of him in your works in terms of versatility?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's things that are so this thing, like when I started to do reggae music, there's like little nuances of things that I used to sing and say and like write in pattern, and I've never really like heard all of his stuff, and then I just like, I don't know, it was the mystic, and then I'm like, yo, like I would hear like an old song of my father's, and I'm like, holy shit, and I can reference it to something that I've written or done or said, like a pattern or something.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's so, yeah, and it's like, and it's crazy because when he used to be like, yo, y'all got to singer. And I'm like, yo, Dad, I don't want to sing. Like, you do that already. I do not want to sing. Like, I want to rap. This is how I like music or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I was born and raised in the States, so but my blood is the total opposite. But me being younger, when I started to just get into music in general, that was the thing growing up in New York City. Like, it's like either the typical story of you playing a sport or you're getting into some form of vocal fashion, like with music and things like that. I just wanted to rap, you know what I mean? Like, I just wanted to rap, and I still do it, but reggae music is at the top of my totem pole, first, second, and third. I just have to come home with it. So,
well, when you listen to Higher, of course, there's a reggae, there's a reggae that's very persistent throughout. But then on the undertones, there's a bit of R&B factor going on as well. Should we look for this R&B reggae, the R&B side of reggae music going forward, or you're gonna shock us with, say, a dancehall or something in the future, or you don't want to tell me yet?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen, because of my love of this thing, and I wanted to challenge myself with where reggae music could really be placed with its diversity, because of its real power.
Yes.
Like this, I have an Afrobeat side of it, and so where it's but I'm still sounding like a reggae artist. So I want to be clear about that, because it's very important to me that the pattern has to stay authentic no matter what type of rhythm I'm on. So that's the biggest challenge that I've given to myself. And so you're going to have an R&B side where you hear where it's locked in patois, you know what I mean, with the reggae style, no matter what. Hip hop rhythm, same thing. Afrobeat rhythm, same thing. Dancehall rhythm, same thing. You know what I mean? So absolutely, I did. Oh my God, you got me ready to release my unreleased records now, so people could just hear what I'm speaking of.
Yeah. Wow. Well, this interview is very short, so I'm waiting for you to come out with the album so we can have a longer time, during the interviews here. So you can have a longer interview and I could learn more about vibrations and the audience to bring them a little bit more about you. Can we look for an album in the future?
Oh yeah, Divine Timing. That's the title.
Would it be
That's
for
the
this
title.
year? This year?
This year? But I wouldn't no, because I still want to have individuals introduced to my spirit and what I have to bring to the table. Because of my respect to the music, I don't just want to come out with an album. Although I can, that's possible. It's highly possible because I have things done and ready to go.
Yeah.
But I want to introduce myself and I just want to let people know how much I love them, and specifically to the culture, specifically to the music. So I want people to fully take in Higher, and then fully take in the next song that I come out, and then say I do an EP. You know what I'm saying? So like that's how I want to do it. I want to let people know like, hey, I've been loving you since I've been born, and I'm here to stay. You know what I mean? So, but oh yeah, definitely an album coming, and it's entitled Divine Timing. The idea came from my grandmother, because that's something she always says to me over the phone, nothing up and before the time. She always says that to me. So shout outs to Grandma Gladys on that one.
Okay. We're loving it. We're loving it. We're really digging this Higher tune. Really digging it. Besides the music, we have Bev out of London that would like to know. That's Beverly out of London who would like to know. Okay, how about performances? Are you performing for the summer anywhere?
I will be in Zambia at the ending of July.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Nice.
I will be out there. Also, I will be in Miami as well in July as well, and also in Philadelphia.
Okay.
And this month actually May 4th, I want to say, or 5th. No, May 5th, I'll be in New York City performing also.
Okay. Nice.
So
Nice.
I do have a few things lined up, yes.
Nice. Would love to see you in performance. Would like to see you out there doing your thing.
Absolutely. I have every time I'm on stage, I have a whole lot to give.
Yes.
A whole lot to give.
Yes. So any last minute shout outs before we let you go?
Absolutely. Again, I want to shout out my father, Professor Grizzly, because if he didn't chase his dream, I wouldn't be born, literally. I want to shout him out big time. I would like to shout out New Vinny Music for the production, Ronnie J.
Yes.
I would like to shout out, let's see. I would like to shout out my hometown, Crown Heights, Brooklyn, New York. That's where I grew up at. You know what I mean? As they would say, a foreign youth. You know what I mean? But let's see. It's so many right now. I don't want to take up too much time. But yeah. Well, most importantly, my father. Most importantly, my father.
Love it. Shout out to Professor Grizzly as well. I mean,
yes,
he did an awesome.
Mr. Shining Star.
he did an awesome job. I would say, I don't want to say you're a replicant, but you you do take certain things by DNA, by choice of DNA as well. So I see you vibrating higher in terms of your career, and we'll always be here to hear what you have going on, and coming through the one-on-one music review at all times. You're welcome.
Absolutely. And big shout out to all the listeners. I appreciate the feedback. I can only imagine what's happening right now from what I cannot see.
Yes, I cannot read, I cannot go through everybody's text because it is that, we are only given a certain amount of window in terms of getting all the interviews in. But yes, there are persons that are really loving the track, they're loving the writing. For myself, I love the writing, the concept, the music, everything. It's professionally done. And like I said, this is music that will stand the test of time. This is not something where you listen to it for 1 month and then you put it down. This is something that will stand the test of time. 4 or 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road, can pick up this song and it will still be relevant. So to all our listening audience, I will be giving away 15 copies today. So hit me up, send me a text message or email or whoever you contact me, and I will ensure that you get your copies, of course, because that's what we do here on the One-on-One Music Review Show. We reward our audience as well. You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Big time.
Yes, all right. So we're going to write out again to all the persons who are just logging in. There are a few persons that are actually logging in right now. We thank you for being here and for choosing to be a part of the One-on-One Music Review Show. Of course, we are currently tuned into Ira Child, aka Vibrations. The name of the song is Higher, and we're going to ride out with it. Thanks for coming through, Vibrations. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you and the rest of the world. This is one of many to come.
Blessed love.
I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are definitely the one for each and every endeavor we encounter. In the name of love, I found her. And to not forgetting that bedroom, that's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you. Time to make that good thing blossom. Sandra, you're gonna be my baby lover. Oh, yeah. Sandra, yeah. Sandra, you're gonna be my baby lover. Well, Sandra, right. Well, higher. Y'all wine and go down, I crave your sweat so higher. I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are definitely the one for each and every endeavor we encounter. In the name of love, I found her. And to not forgetting that bedroom, that's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you. Time to make that good thing blossom.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the listening audience, as always, we aim to please and we do not disappoint. Keep sending in those requests. I will be gifting 15 copies of Higher by Vibrations, okay? And I see the requests is coming in and persons who are loving this tune. When we talk about authenticity and music that stands and lives and stands the test of time, this is what Higher is about, okay? We'll be right back with our next guest, Diana Wright.
I found her. And to not forgetting that bedroom, that's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you. Time to make that good thing blossom. Y'all wine and go down, wine and go down, wine and go down. I know just what time it is, so let's go.